play fake. Besser sets up deep in the pocket. Goes down the field for Smith.
Has some time. Right corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Steps up, does it. Pass is caught. That'll move the 6. Tyrone Tracy. There he goes. Tracy. Towards the end zone for the Iowa touchdown.
It's a let's go Hawks Thanksgiving. I'm looking for my co-host, the cowardly Nebraska fan that has leached himself onto this show, but I can't see any face. So I'm not for sure. Oh, you know what? I think I did find him. I think I did. Is this what I think it is? Yep.
Boo! Boo! Nobody has time for that. Let's go, Big Red! It's terrible. Oh man,
Let's go Hawks.
This is gonna be such a good game.
Beautiful. I am extremely excited for this football game. I got that the night before a big game where you get a little pit in your stomach.
Oh yeah, yep.
Do you ever experience that?
Yeah.
I mean, your internet's super laggy, but you've experienced that, right? Like where you get that little. Yeah. I didn't get that last night because I know we're going to whoop up on Nebraska, and I have really no concerns about this game. I'd be surprised if we're playing our starters going into the
I know you got to talk that early smack for when y'all get beat. You're like, oh, yeah, we didn't play any starters because we don't have anything to play for. But I'll take it because if that makes us win and go bowling, play your third stringers. I don't care.
I mean, I just don't know if it's I think the bowl no more. I think you're just going to have you wrapped your head around that yet? I'm just curious. Have you thought about, the insane possibility Iowa wins on some horrible call, I'm sure is what it'll be blamed on. What happens? Like, what happens when you don't get to? I mean, because you've got to have a routine by now, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't go bowling, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I've adopted Arizona as my second team this year, so I will. I'll watch Arizona. I'll cheer for Iowa to beat the dog piss out of whoever they play, Michigan or Ohio State, in the Big Ten championship. It'll just be another day. It'll be, I'll be excited that we won 5 games. I'll be really excited because, I think, to be honest with you, I think everyone kind of sat in there and was like, man, if we win 5, if we win 6, holy shit, we're going to the moon. But if we just can get to 5, we're going to show massive improvement. And I mean, we're already there. So yeah, we've dropped some really close. They've dropped. Nebraska's dropped some really close ones that have hurt us. Because I mean, if you look at it, we could have been 9-2. What's Iowa's record? I mean, it could have been almost flipped. You know what I mean? Like this game, You could have gone
We had some
in.
once again, was it like 26?
Yeah.
26 one-score games.
Yeah. Like, could just imagine the hype on this if both teams were ranked and both were coming in this game 9-2. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
this was supposed to really be it was supposed to be Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska in the
Yeah.
Big Ten West. They were supposed to be the powerhouses that would mimic Michigan, Ohio State end of game. That was the idea behind it. But obviously the West is just, and a lot of people talk about how shitty the West is, and there's some truth to that. But at the same time, it is you know, it's good that Iowa is the best of the West. So at least if they are all shitty teams, at least Iowa's the best of the shitty teams. I mean, that's sort of
And they're not
a
even
good
shitty
thing to
teams.
have.
It's
But we
just
have to
different
beat you
football.
guys. We have to beat you.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. That's why I hesitate saying it, May, because what constitutes shitty team. What's a shitty win versus a shitty, a great loss.
Right.
Those two things are hugely different. A shitty win versus a great loss. No such thing exists.
No.
So I've listened to a lot of analysis on last week's game against Illinois, and there was just and I said it to my girlfriend too. At 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, I just said they were not beating Illinois. We're going to have to beat Nebraska to win the West. And then Iowa goes and does what Iowa has done all year. And for at least 6 seasons out of the Kirk Ferentz era, he's had teams like this that just don't lose. They don't lose. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's a real tough task coming into Nebraska. And you're already an underdog, even though you're ranked number 16 in the nation.
Yeah.
And you are the underdog into Nebraska, and you're taking on Chubba Purdy, who had flashes of really great quarterback play last week. And now that he's got a full week of practice underneath of him, after playing some game time, it's
I'm excited.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, because remember, that's what we've always talked about was it was going to come back down to quarterback play. Like, who's going to have just that edge to get one of the teams over the hump? And with Chubba, if he had a really good week of practice and because he throws the ball good, he's sneaky fast, but Iowa's they're not gonna be surprised like Wisconsin was with how sneaky fast Chubba is and what Iowa's gonna be ready. And it's gonna be exciting to see what happens.
Great contain.
Yeah. I hate that my boy Cooper's
and I think
out.
The thing with you're also pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
Tory Taylor averaged 52 yards a punt last week, and he had 3 that were missed by the punt return team because Cooper DeJean wasn't gunning on those plays. Ooh. And so his average would have been closer to 60 yards that game on on punts. So and I think special teams will have that figured out this week. Here's the thing.
It's supposed
with
to be 28 degrees today.
It's beautiful weather. Go hit some people. Weather. By the end of that first quarter, you're all warmed up. It doesn't feel cold at all.
Yeah.
Is it windy? Is it supposed to be windy there?
I don't know. Let me look.
I'll let you research that while I take a sip of this delightful non-sponsored drink on the Big Ten breakfast. This is not approved breakfast material. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, by the way, too. Did you already celebrate yours?
Yes. Yep. We
well-deserved 4-day holiday.
Yeah, we did a deep fried turkey. We had more of a lunch, early dinner Thanksgiving, just because with the 2 little ones, nice. We just kind of got to build a schedule around them, but it was good. I mean, I missed all of the Detroit Green Bay game because I was out deep frying the turkey. But besides that, you know,
Which sadly was the best game of the day.
Yeah.
And that game still sucked. So, which is tradition. Like, you really think back up, it's almost a tradition now because there's never a good game on Thanksgiving. Like, you think it could be a good game, and then it just turns into just a horribly played football game, and you feel like you've just wasted 12 hours of your life, and you sort of have, but that's okay. That's what happens when you're an NFL fan. That's why I invested all into college. College is just a better football. It's the better like football principles. Like, if you can play your role perfectly, and that doesn't mean talent wise. You just, like with Iowa, this is what I expect with Iowa against Nebraska and Chuba today. I expect Chuba to come out feeling like hot shit. He's going to dink and dive a few passes, and then they're going to try to push him to go deep because Nebraska wants the big play. And it's going to get picked, and it's going to continue to get picked. You know what I mean? And I'm curious to see when Matt Rule stops doing it. Because like Matt Rule has a lot of. Did you watch his presser on Wednesday, or I think it was Wednesday when he did his presser for the Iowa game?
I believe so. Yeah. Or did I catch that one? Because
I mean, he's very respectful. He's just a different beast than Scott Frost. And he talked about Brian Ferentz. Brian Ferentz.
Oh, yes,
was the
I did.
end
Yep,
coach.
I see all that. Yep.
Yeah, Brian Ferentz was a tight end coach for Rob Gronkowski. Like, that's his reference. Like, Rob Gronkowski got on, I forget what show it was, and just like praised Brian. Yeah, because Brian taught him everything he knew about blocking. He said he didn't know a thing about blocking as a tight end until Brian came in to coach him. Which is interesting, like that was, it's Patriots.
Oh, okay.
He was the tight ends coach for the Patriots for I think 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if he won a Super Bowl with the Patriots during that time. I think that was I think they had the undefeated. They may have won a Super Bowl.
Did he teach Aaron Hernandez how to play tight end? You think Brian?
He probably was the one that told the police about Aaron Hernandez killing people. He's like, this bug needs.
And then he went to Iowa. He was like, I'm out. I can't get killed.
Yes. It's funny when it comes to Iowans and East Coast cities. Like, for some reason, those two regions get along real well. I don't know why that is. I've noticed that, though. All right. Besides the point. So, I don't know if you saw the little ticker right there.
I did. Yep. I don't get it. I don't pay him for your pizza.
Because, you pay him for the pizza because he's a pizza delivery guy. That's just about the top-notch job a Husker fan can get.
Okay.
You know what? I apologize. That joke was a little white collar humor, and obviously did not resonate with you blue collar Runza lovers. So I'll hide that. That's fine. You can put that away. You know what? I put nice stuff in here for Nebraska too. So, fun fact. I don't know if you knew this.
No, did not know that.
Yeah. Nebraska fans invented a toothbrush. Anywhere else, it would have been called a teeth brush.
We got a comedy hour here, ladies and gentlemen. I am kind of like, because obviously you're not working today, right? And I'm not working today.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not working.
But like last year we kicked this game off. It was a night game. I was like, man, if I had to work like a regular job today, I'd be kind of upset. If this was one of my teams.
The last time I had to work during a Hawkeye Husker game was when Bo Pelini pulled a win out of his ass in 2014 and beat us. Was that in overtime too? Or
I
did
don't
he
think
beat
it
us in
was.
regular? I
Yeah.
mean, I can't remember how they. I think it. But you know what game I'm talking about? You guys were
Yeah.
losing by like I think it was like 17 or something. And Bo Pelini worked his butt off, came back, won, got you guys to 9 wins, and you fired him.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, as a Hawkeye fan, thank God I don't ever have to see Bo Pelini coach the Huskers again because he had our number. And then I mean, he did. He
Yeah.
knew how to beat us,
Bo
and
was
I'm
good.
curious to see, like it took Harbaugh, I think, his 3rd attempt to beat Iowa. And a lot of these NFL coaches that come back, it's sort of like a thing like we'll beat you at your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I can't imagine Matt Rule is just not enticed to want to attempt the same thing. Especially like if Chubba Purdy makes a couple of sketchy throws, I mean, would you guys how often do you resort to the run? Like you guys were running all the time, aren't
We
you?
want to run the ball. Yeah. Like we do. We really do. And then for some reason, we'll forget how to run it. Or we won't forget how to run it. We'll forget how to play call it. And then it's like we'll have 2 or 3 series of 3 and outs real quick. And it's like, okay, well, that A hurts our defense. And B, we were just running the ball really well. But you're not going to be able to run the ball inside the tackles on Iowa. Like that. We all know that. Everybody knows that. But that's what scares me is I don't want Satterfield to give up on the run. We have to be balanced against Iowa because we can't just throw it all over the ball, all over the field. We got to run the ball. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, I think Illinois really proved that you can't take that strategy against Iowa because that was Illinois' strategy. They had Isaiah Williams and they had Paddock, and they thought that was going to be able to overcome. And there was a lot of balls thrown where like, man, they could have caught it and they didn't catch it. But Isaiah Williams is a great receiver,
Mhm.
so Iowa's defense, and they picked on the freshman that was covering Cooper DeJean a lot in the beginning, and that guy was lights out. He was on his guy like a blanket all game long. So that was nice to see because I was curious how sometimes Iowa's corners just don't have the height advantage of some of these wide receivers, but I'm
Well,
not too
that's what
worried
won
about that. Who's your
Nebraska's
tallest?
game. Remember last year when Cooper went out, Trey Palmer just abused that freshman that Iowa put in the secondary, and that's the only reason we won that
Yep.
game last year was because Cooper DeJean got hurt. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
and
and we
then
had
Trey Palmer.
Petrus.
Yeah, well, yeah. But what'd you say? Who's our what? Tallest corner? Oh, PP
Yeah,
trap?
no, tallest receiver.
Probably
You
Malachi
know,
Coleman at 6'4". I think he's 6'5", but our
6'4".
tight ends come in at 6'6". So
Yeah, yeah. Well, and man, dude, Evans is playing like lights out football. He had 3 block passes yesterday. Like that's a crazy stat. Like that's his specialty is to block passes. When's the last time you seen a edge rusher specialize something like that?
I don't know. I mean,
That was like
that's
JJ Watt. Remember
yeah.
JJ Watt used to do that all the time. This
That's what you
Evans kid
want.
that
You
he
want to be
fucking
able to, if you can't get to the quarterback, you want to be able to put up your hands, distract the throwing window, and get those pass
well, and that's the thing.
breakups.
Like they knew they were throwing slants, and
Yeah.
so like he knew that they were throwing slants, so he backed. He did a rush, but he did more of a like push himself back to get in position to see what to block the lane. Which reminds me of old school Madden when I was playing that shit 3v3 and I'd get the DB to go to the flat. It's the exact same thing. It
Yep.
just destroys a slant pass. But it's been years since I've seen someone implement that in defense successfully. And he did it 3 times last week. So the problem is Purdy's mobility. That's my biggest concern. So I don't know if we want. Let's go into this game. Let's go into let's go into keys of the game, I guess. So let's go defensive keys for both of our teams. Let's do 4 things we want to see today. So, what are 4 things you want to see on the defense that they're capable of doing, that you need to see
Yeah.
them do against Iowa?
QB pressure. We need to see sacks. I want to see the sack numbers that we were doing at the beginning of the year. I want to see sacks. I know Deacon's a big old boy, but we got to get that. We got to get him on the ground. We got to sack him. That's one. We got to win third downs. I mean, we got to. We have to, because Tory Taylor is such a game changer. We have to win third downs and then just hope that he doesn't put us in terrible field position. Let's see. Well, I'm going to tie it in special teams with defense. Our special teams has to be legit. When you play a punter like this, we have to. Excuse me. Sorry.
I know you're scared. Tory Taylor does that to many fans.
On special teams, we've got to be smart on where we're calling the fair catches, where we're letting it bounce. We have to be really sound on our punt return team. What is that? Is that 3 or 4? It's 4, I think.
That was 3.
Oh, 3.
Was it 4?
No, 3. Third down, special teams, sacking the QB. That's right. All right. Number 4. I'm not.
Let me pause and go to number 1, which was sacking the quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how are you guys going to do that? Are you gonna bully the edge, or are you going to try go up the middle?
I'm not gonna be. I'll be. I will. It's gonna be, I think, a combination. Just the way that Tony White's been doing that defense. I think it's gonna be a combination of both. He's gonna test it in the middle, and then he's just gonna let his natural athletes on the outside see if they can get home. But I think you'll see the designs in the middle, and you'll see the athletes on the outside see if they can get home, and then he'll adjust. But QB pressures and sacks. I mean, we need them. Because to be honest with you, our secondary is just. I mean, they play that little weird kind of 10, 15 years off sometimes cushion, and they just give up. They give up too many 8-yard passes and puts us in real crappy position. So I don't know. I really want to see QB
what
pressure.
I would do if I was Iowa.
What?
Because I feel like, obviously Iowa's going to come out in like let's say strong eye, right? They come out in a strong eye formation, 2 wide receivers. What I would love to see is we get Nebraska 8 on the box with your corners playing deep and 2 deep safeties playing cover 2, and then run a play action and get one of your fuckers to bite and just let Deacon throw the biggest bomb of his life. Like, I don't even care if it's caught or not. I just want them to see what Deacon can do. Because I'll tell you one thing, Deacon's got a cannon. This guy is a Ben Roethlisberger. He's got NFL strength arm. He's a Josh Allen strength, fat like Roethlisberger. So like old man Roethlisberger fat. Not like Super Bowl champ Roethlisberger coming out of Miami of Ohio. But I'm almost half tempted not to bring Cade back next year. And I know that sounds probably stupid, but I want 2 years with Deacon, man, because if he can improve this much within a 3-week period, and I think here's the thing I love about Deacon is when you could tell it took the receivers a minute to get used to. because there's one speed to his throw, and it is as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And his receivers were not used to that, because they were used to catching Cade's little touch passes that, are just perfect. But now, now they are used to it and they're making grabs. Like the target of wide receivers in the last 3 games has just gone up, tenfold. And then it really opens up your tight end play, which you saw against Illinois. Illinois got burnt a couple of times with tight end play because you just sort of forget about them after a minute. So that's it. But if you can get Deacon, I think your real strategy is you got to collapse him from the middle, especially on 3rd and longs. And you've got to make sure you keep Iowa at 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I think that's huge.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, collapse the middle, make him try to escape on the outside and use our athletes. We got to tackle too. That's the other point. We have to tackle. No more Scott Frost thudding. We need to wrap up. We need to wrap them up, bring them to the ground, secure our tackles. We have to tackle. But did you know that
today.
Nebraska?
If it's 20 degrees.
Nebraska is 0-4 playing in Lincoln when it comes down to go into a bowl game. 0-4. 0-4. That scares me. It scares me. When it's on the line in Lincoln on Black Friday to go to a bowl game, we're 0-4.
This is why you hate us. You know what I realized?
It's not even it's I think it's 2 or it's 3 against Colorado, 1 against Iowa. Like it's not like Black Friday, when it comes down to let's go bowling or not, I just don't want to be 0-5. I can't have it. We got to go bowling. Please, please, baby Jesus, please.
I think the fact you called him baby Jesus is why, once again, it'll be year 5 of no bowling for Nebraska. And I'm so sick of didn't you guys get invited to a bowl when you were 5 and 7?
Yeah. When? During the COVID year? I don't know. I don't think so.
Man, I thought so.
Oh, with Scott, I think, and he said no. I think you're all right. Because they invited several teams that
that's probably the most respectable thing Scott Frost ever did.
It's done. Yeah.
Did you say it was dumb?
No, he's done. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. It's my turn.
All right.
Okay. Top 4 things I want to see from the Iowa defense. Just be the Iowa defense, number 1. No, we've had a weird year, or last year there was a lot of tip passes that were intercepted and things like that. And this year there's been a lot of tip balls and great play, but they haven't led to turnovers. You know what I mean? Or just like the example of the safety that happened last week. That ball's flopping all around, and every time it's gone to the other team. And I mean, hey, I'll take 2 points over 0 points, but I expect just probably one of the craziest efforts by defense, because this defense has never lost to Brock Purdy, the now greatest rated quarterback in the NFL this season, which is a crazy stat. And we're deep into the NFL season. And this guy never beat Iowa. He never beat Iowa. Right. And so now we're playing his little brother. We can't let little brother beat Iowa too. We can't do that. We can't. What would that do for Brock? So, we're going to
give the little brother something. Give him something.
Now, here's the thing. I think there will be, I make a prediction. There will be 1 targeting penalty this game that involves ejection. And I think Brock Purdy gets hurt by the 3rd quarter, or Chuba Purdy gets hurt by the third quarter, he's going to take a wicked hit. He's going to that. He's dainty, bud. Like he hasn't filled out yet, and there's grown men on that defense, and with the tenacity, they all play like Ray Lewis, just less talented. But it's going to hurt. It's going to be a painful game. You cannot give up. Number 2, you cannot give up a big play, and that's the problem with Iowa's defense is they are built for red zone. And the long ball, and in the long pace backwards, and you just cannot give up a 40-yard touchdown to Nebraska. You just can't. And you can't go all out blitz on Nebraska either because they make you pay. They'll make you pay for it. They're quick. I feel like you guys are quick when I watch you play, like you zippy out there. Yep. So, that's, you got to be able to, and I was good at this setting the edge. I was very good at setting the edge and walking it to the sidelines. But, you got to make sure you wrap up. And Iowa gets sloppy sometimes too on defense with their tackling. So hopefully they're sharp with that. And then let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. Iowa has to, they have to get, they can't let Chuba run. They got to force him to play the pocket. I say you rush the edges and you contain him so he can't roll outside. And you make him make the throw. Let him make the throw against your zone and let's see what happens. And he might pick you apart on some of these little slant routes and shit and flat routes by the running backs. But I'm much more worried about our interior getting beat up in the run game. So, I'd be curious to see how you guys attack, because a lot of people don't realize that, but Iowa's weakest point is probably their interior. So, and if you can compromise interior run, that opens up your play action over the middle. So that's something I guess that's my 4th point, got to watch against that.
Those are all good. I mean, those are all the talking points too that I've been hearing all week. So I mean, we're dialed in here. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be 11 a.m. kick. It's gonna be 28 degrees. It's gonna be like
11 minutes. I know, man. Bro, I'm fucking excited. If you're Nebraska, you want ball first or you want
defense? I want to be on defense. Yeah.
Iowa does offense first a lot, which I hate. But yeah, I don't know why they do it that way. I guess because it gives you get your defense out there right away in the second quarter and squash any hopes to begin the second quarter.
Probably, yeah.
Can you imagine game planning how Iowa has to game plan? This is why Iowa fans are football smart, is because they have to understand why their team is good, because it doesn't make sense when you watch it.
Yeah, very true. I would take that though. I'm telling you, I would take 5 years of that. I would take 2 years of that, of just what you guys do, how you pull it out of your hat. And it does not look like, when you watch it, like you should be.
It's beautiful.
0-11.
And I think the best thing was the not re-signing of Brian during our bye week. Even though it was like ripping off a Band-Aid very quickly and it hurt and no one was really happy about having to rip it off, it opened up this. They've been 3-0 since then. And you saw them. I mean, it was a great moment on the sidelines of Kinnick on senior day, Ferentz's last day with his boy on Kinnick land. And everyone was cheering for Brian, Norm. I mean, Phil Parker walked, the defensive coordinator, the guy who's had to bail out Brian for 5 years, in tears, hugging the offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like it's an interesting culture. Like these are all grown men, and they said, and Ferentz was very much influenced by his NFL, seeing coordinators just get fired left and right. So he made pretty much an agreement, I guess, in his mind that he just wasn't going to run an organization like that.
Yeah.
And because of that, you have got the greatest defensive coordinator in the country. I think so. With the talent that you can recruit from Iowa compared to Alabama, and yet you produce these results on defense, it's one of the greatest, that's the greatest coaching accomplishment for a coordinator. But everyone's talking about, well, are they, worried? Did they spend all their energy in Kinnick? And now, they're going to let their guard down against Nebraska. And
he's too sharp. He's been here too long. He's both Parker and Kirk yeah, I don't see that. I don't see because it's our senior day too. So I expect a little bit more juice because we've kind of been coming out pretty flat lately. So it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't I'm just, I know I don't know, but I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. It is. Iowa is going to come out and they're, no team's going to come out and be like, oh, we have these things wrapped up and we're just going to let things be. But I mean, it's like you said, to be what, 9-2? Is that the record? 9-2?
9-2.
9-2
should be
firing your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Those things don't happen. When you're 9-2, everyone's getting a raise and things are going jolly. It's just hilarious. It's not hilarious, but it's just mind-boggling where it's you don't see that because you would think 9-2, you would think, okay, we're scoring really good, we're playing sharp. All three facets of the game are on point, but you're 9-2 with a mediocre offense, just like we have a mediocre offense. Your defense is stellar and your special teams is stellar. It's just, like I said, I would take it as a Nebraska fan. Give me the recipe for the Iowa biscuits.
Well, you could technically hire Brian Ferentz after
No, I don't know.
So
no, I didn't
if
say
that's
that.
what you want.
I didn't
You
say
said
that.
take it.
Yeah, the mold. I'll take the mold. I'll take the recipe.
Well, and I think Rule
not
is that
the
type of a
goddamn
guy.
chef.
I think Rule is that type of a guy. I think it's all about establishing a system for these young athletes and realizing that if you stick to the system, you're going to reach whatever capability, your top potential, you'll reach it here. You just have to stick to the system. And Iowa has established that. And it took, 5 years. I mean, Iowa really good in his third year there. They went to the Orange Bowl against USC. Ended up the top third team in the nation. Flash in the pan. But that moment, from that moment on, Iowa has always consistently been a 9-10 win team. And they should already be a 10-win team. I don't think anyone really argues that except for the numbnucks up north. But they're fighting for their life today against Wisconsin. So, good luck.
Is that today? Or is
Yeah.
it tomorrow?
Or tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I can't believe the Iowa-Nebraska game is not a prime time.
Yeah.
That blow your mind.
It does.
I don't have to make it. Are we gonna live stream this game or are we not gonna live stream this game?
No, I can't. I thought I was gonna be able to, but I'm gonna have to pick up the kiddos and do some stuff. So
well, we need to do a wrap up then.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. So we'll do a wrap up. I say, man, I'd like to do it right after the show, but whatever, or right after the game. But you tell me.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
All right, buddy. Have a I don't know
Go Big Red!
I don't know what to wish you. It's always next year.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
My favorite type of bowling is playing darts. I can't.
Nebraska by 3.
We didn't even predict scores. We got 4 minutes. What's your score?
14-10,
Nebraska.
And then we go play in Las Vegas or Arizona for a bowl game.
Yeah, just so full of dreams. So full of dreams. You're not going to ask me?
Yeah, what is it? What's your prediction?
My prediction is 17 14. 27 points are scored.
Your peak offensive, because what are you guys averaging, 17 or under?
Well, we're averaging, so overall our offense is averaging like 6 points a game, and then the rest is defense and special teams.
Yeah.
So I predict that we will have a touchdown and a field goal from our offense, and then we're going to have a defensive
Pick six,
fumble, something.
yeah.
Something.
All right.
Something's going to happen in West Kinnick today, and I'm really looking forward to it.
West
Kinnick, buddy.
Play fake. Beathard sets up deep in the pocket. Goes down the field for Smith.
Have some time. Touchdown!
Steps up, guns it. Pass is caught. That'll move the 6. Tyrone Tracy. There he goes. Tracy.